Good morning. It's Wisdom Wednesdays. I am Ariana Newcomer, Dove Oracle Priestess. And today I want to talk about play, the importance of the stories that we tell and teach our children, and poems. Mary Oliver, one of our greatest living poets, just passed this past week. And she actually, hi Lisa, thanks for watching. She has been such a wonderful refuge for me. And we sometimes can forget about poems, but poems have the ability to actually shift us very quickly from one state into another and remind us of the things that are more deeply important than what we might be upset about or engaged with in the moment, and to help us transcend and transmute the difficult things in life. So I'm going to read you some Mary Oliver in a little bit. But first, when I did my full moon channeling this Sunday, this was a super blood moon, so there was a full lunar eclipse, and it's called a blood moon because the moon literally turns red during the eclipse, which is spectacular. It was cloudy where we were, so I didn't get to see it live this time, but the last time it happened last year, we did get up in the middle of the night and watch this miracle happen in the sky. And one of the things the guides brought in or two things actually, that were brought in this channeled message for this January full moon of 2019 was the importance of play and play as sacred practice. And that I just loved. And some people wrote back to me on my email list and responded and said that they really loved that idea of sacred play, of play as spiritual practice. And that it was important for us all to find more joy and laugh more in these times, and that our joy and our laughter is much stronger than all of the doom and gloom that's going on and all of the forces that are creating such dissonance, discord, disconnection, dissatisfaction, all those disses. So find the ways that you have, that you know of, that bring you joy. And I know for me, one of the easiest ways to become more joyful is to get outside, talk to the trees, see the flowers. My daffodils are up. They're just little pieces of sunshine. And take it in and feel the joy and allow ourselves to feel the joy. Find a funny movie to watch instead of watching a thriller or something, murder mystery or something dark, and find something funny and laugh. Read something funny. Talk to children. They can usually make us laugh and help us feel joy again. So sacred play as spiritual practice, play and feeling joy and laughing as ways that we can actually help to shift the things that are going on in the world right now. And isn't that so much easier than a lot of other things we might think we needed to do? It doesn't mean let's not do the other things. Let's still be aware of trying to use less plastic. Let's still do our writing to our political people and running for office if that's what you're called to. But still play, joy, laugh. And they also said it's time to write new stories of human beingness. And this is another really important piece. A mentor of mine, Rianne Eisler, talks about this. The cultural transformation really can happen when we change the stories that we tell ourselves. And this is what they meant, is writing new stories about what it means to be human and what and how we behave towards each other and how we relate to each other. So we have all these stories, the stories that I grew up with, the Greek myths, the Odyssey, the Aeneid. They're stories of wars, of conquering our own history in this country of the US. We tend to glorify the conquering of the land and the conquering of the native peoples. And of course, the indigenous peoples don't feel that way about our history. And what if we had actually learned, did you know that parts of our US Constitution came out of the Iroquois nation and their governmental structures? What if we had learned better how to cooperate and live together rather than having this ethos of we have to conquer, we have to dominate, we have to take everything that we can take, and we have to take it from them and take more from them, and then continue and continue to take more from them? What if we write another story? What if another story is, oh, we actually are all one underneath this skin? We have skins of different colors. We're all the same underneath. Our blood is the same color. Our bodies work the same way. Our hearts beat the same way. Our brains will look very similar. So what if that was the story that we know and that we write? And what if we teach our children that those old stories, those histories of wars and conquering and the Crusades in the Middle Ages, what if those are stories to not hold up as wonderful and fabulous, but stories to acknowledge we didn't live in right relationship with others and with our world in those times. And this is not the way we have to be as humans. This is not who we are fundamentally as humans. So any of you who are writers or who have children, I really encourage you to consider this. What new stories of human beingness can we write and teach our children? And here's a little something from Mary Oliver on the subject of children's. It's from her book, Blue Iris, in the section called Upstream, which is a little collection of bits here. Teach the children. We don't matter so much, but the children do. Show them daisies and the pale hepatica. Teach them the taste of sassafras and wintergreen, the lives of the blue sailors, mallow, sunbursts, the moccasin flowers, and the frisky ones, inkberry, lamb's quarters, blueberries, and the aromatic ones, rosemary, oregano. Give them peppermint to put in their pockets as they go to school. Give them the fields and the weeds and the possibility of the world salvaged from the lords of profit. Stand them in the stream. Head them upstream. Rejoice as they learn to love this green space they live in sticks and leaves, and then the silent, beautiful blossoms. Attention is the beginning of devotion. Attention is the beginning of devotion. Hi, John Kiefer. Great to see you. Your name there. So, and this is just what we pay attention to is so important, isn't it? And it is so much more important to come back into right relationship with our natural world and to get our children outside, put them in the stream, teach them all these wonders that they have, that they are a part of, and that we are called to care for, not conquer. And in this context of play and sacred play, here's another poem from Mary Oliver from the same book, Blue Iris. How would you live then? What if 100 rose-breasted grosbeaks flew in circles around your head? What if the mockingbird came into your house with you and became your advisor? What if the bees filled your walls with honey and all you needed to do was ask them and they would fill the bowl? What if the brook slid downhill just past your bedroom window so you could listen to its slow prayers as you fell asleep? What if the stars began to shout their names or to run this way and that way above the clouds? What if you painted a picture of a tree and the leaves began to rustle and a bird cheerfully sang from its painted branches? What if you suddenly saw that the silver of water was brighter than the silver of money? What if you finally saw that the sunflowers turning toward the sun all day and every day, who knows how, but they do it, were more precious, more meaningful than gold? My deep thanks, Mary Oliver, for all the gifts that you've left us, for your presence in this world, in this time. Blessings.